the level of wealth is gorgeous. I was like, that's what. See, I've been conceptualizing and manifesting poor people wealth.
Meaning what?
Like one chef.
We shouldn't even want to be a celebrity. We don't want celebrity status. I feel like we just need to have high clientele. You know?
You should. I am the world's educator. And with that, I need notoriety. Now, am I a Beyonce celebrity or am I a Tony Robbins celebrity? I'll be a Tony Robbins celebrity. Aside from that man being 6-something feet tall, he probably could walk down the street and nobody know who he is. But everybody who needs to know who he is knows who he is. And those people he can help knows who he is. So I can say celebrity in the area that generates wealth. I don't need everybody to know me, but the people who know me are the people who need to know me, if that makes sense. Love is patient. Take time to listen and see what's going on before reacting. I also think patience expression is allowing people their process. So with the man in the grocery store who was upselling, or at Circle K who was upselling, it would, benefit me to just allow whatever is happening. I don't know how to put this into word because, yeah, he's doing his job, but what does his job have to do with me? Why was I choosing to be impatient? Because it was delaying me? Because I didn't see the value in what he was doing? Because even if it was me, he would have been annoying me. So it's not that it didn't have anything to do with me, because if he was giving me that whole spiel and I'm like, dude, I'm trying to get the fuck up out of here, it doesn't align with my objective, which is to get in and get out. I got places to go. So love is, or patience is being present for me.
Okay.
Being present and allowing the moment to happen. Oh, yeah. It's crazy because this little boy, he was like, he's a junior in high school, and his mom, like, she's this big, huge conglomerate runner. And he's like, he was expressing to her that he wants more parental time. And she was like, you have 2 of these and 2 of these and 2 of these and 1 of these and 1 of these. You have 10 people, get out of there. You have, 8 people on staff. What do you need? You need more attention. And so when her definition of giving him more parental attention was to accompany him to the, and the way they do parent-teacher meetings is like a huge event, like a gala. And so she was like, look at me showing up to you at your, get out of there. Look at me showing up with you to your gala. This is me showering you with attention. Like, but she was like, this is my love expression because I'm building this business that you're going to inherit. So I'm pouring all of my self into this, which is my love expression, because I'm leaving you something worth leaving or worth inheriting. And meanwhile, he's like, well, I want, peasant love, I want you to actually interact with me. And, that's how poor people, rich people don't have any emotions and stuff. It's all business. It's really weird to watch, but it's an interesting.
Yeah, that's what the real said.
What?
Let's see.
But anyway, it's cool. But like, they have like a restaurant in their house. Like, that's how big their kitchen is, and that's how much staff they have on staff. Like, they have a lobby. They don't have a foyer. They have a lobby in their house. I was like, oh, see, this is the wealth right here. On hierarchy. This is the wealth here.
I don't want to watch you.
I'm not trying to watch you. I'm just trying to show you the wealth. You keep asking who, and I can show you better than I can tell you. I'm waiting for you. You're on your phone.
I'm talking with you right now.
Okay, well, what else is patience?
I feel like you should let me have my process.
Is this your process? I don't know what's going on over here. You're scrolling your phone and sipping your water.
Yes, Mom.
I don't know what's going on.
I feel like I was talking to you still. How do you feel?
I feel I said that patience is being present and allowing the moment to happen, and then started talking about a TV show, and you started asking about the TV show, and so I don't know what we're doing.
Patience can be shown by putting others' needs before yours.
So how would that manifest though?
What do you mean?
How would you express that? So I told an entire story.
I would say, but when you're getting food, you let the person behind you on right.
But is that something that you have done, would do, plan on doing? Because our definitions are things that we can take with us and actually use, like when the opportunity presents itself. I'm not.
Yeah, but like, why would you ask that question then?
If you would do it?
Yeah.
I mean, I have done it, but that's not something that if we're going to say this is what love expression through patience looks like, now I can go through my life and, you know, I'm letting people in front of me when I typically don't, you know. If that's something that you see yourself doing, then that should be a part of your definition. That way you know you're expressing patient love. I know I'm expressing patient love whenever, you know, the kids are doing whatever they're doing and I go into the room, instead of saying, y'all need to da-da-da-da-da, I'm actually going to stop and I'm going to see what's going on in that room. And then ask some questions, figure out what's going on, and then give my response. Like yesterday, you know, the kids were doing whatever the kids were doing, and I kept redirecting them, and they wouldn't take redirection. And I was like, Dre, at some point you have to help raise your children. Like, I can't be the only one. Me and Angel are literally trying to get these boys to act right while you're sitting here on your phone. And I was like, you need to go tell them whatever. And he just went out there and just repeated exactly what I said. And all three of them got in trouble when it was only two of them who were being disruptive.
When was this? It sounded like it was this morning.
No, it was last night.
Oh, everything's a blur.
And Michael was like, I wasn't even doing anything. And he was like, I don't care. I was like, well, Michael shouldn't get in trouble. And so he's in here and he's mad at Caden. I was like, don't be mad at Caden. Caden didn't do anything. She was going back and forth with Caden. And she's not supposed to be going back and forth with Caden.
Why?
Because that's not productive. Like, you argue.
How does she feel it's productive? Have you ever asked her why she feels it's productive?
That would be an expression of patient love. I'm not going down that. I'm not analyzing that. I'm just saying this is what happened. And so the two people that needed to be corrected, whatever that looks like, is Angel and Caden. But Michael got sucked into it simply because he was out there. And I don't think that's right. And so Michael was saying he was mad at Caden, and I was just like, you shouldn't be mad at Caden. Caden didn't do anything for you. He caused a disruption, but the adult who came into the space did not take the time to assess what was going on. They just went in and solved the problem by everybody's in trouble. And so now you know.
And that's why everybody was in their room.
Yeah. So patient is being present, allowing the moment to happen. So
sending what is that word? Consistent signals, you know. Instead of
why is she even out there?
because she followed me outside and then when I went inside she didn't come inside.
Did you tell her to come inside or you just came in and shut the door?
I left the door open and looked at her. You just went outside.
What?
I said you just went outside.
Oh, I didn't know that.
When I went to check on Angel when she went outside.
Constant dog in the background. Alright, I'm done with patience. I think 2 attributes that I can consistently, that I believe that will elevate my love would be taking the time, assess, don't be reactive, and to be present and allowing the moment to happen. Those are 2 things that I can consistently do to express patience in my love. Love is kind. Paying attention to how often I speak about people in non-uplifting ways. How I speak about people in circumstances, in myself. Love is patient. How can I be patient with myself? So I guess the question would be, how can you be patient with self, others, circumstances? So this was patience with others. This was patient with circumstances. How can I be patient with myself? Allow myself to learn and to self-discover. So that's a new rule. So how can we do these love expressions towards ourselves, towards others, and towards circumstances? Those are what I'm doing. Allow myself to learn. It's not a perfect process. Maybe kindness of soul. And I don't think I need to write what I already do.
Okay.
Like, I already look out for people. I already smile. I already, offer I already help people, all those different things, but something that I do need to grow in. So areas of growth.
She should be here in like 10 minutes.
Kind is also paying attention to the energy behind the things that I do.
Mm-hmm.
And say, would kindness like be saying no as a last resort? Find a way you can show up for someone else?
No, because really what I put down as kindness is I build a life that honors my needs first and share my abundance. Because ultimately, why would you put yourself in positions where you have to overextend yourself? Thank you. Where you have to overextend yourself past,
You want to join us? Well, you're not going to sit on the computer. You can either join us in our definition of love, patience, kind, envy, boastful, or
sitting on the conversation.
we're going to have a conversation after we finish this. So you could join us now or you could join us later, but this is a task you can do independently or you can do with us. You can do it with us or you can do it later.
I will be in the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be present in the conversation.
What?
I said you have to be present in the conversation. You have to speak and have an opinion. Everything. But you think that's how it should be perceived?
I'm gonna say consider others' needs before I just default to no. Because I do default to no.
That's your personal
Yeah,
mind rewiring.
yeah.
Because mine is, I need to put myself first. I'll do everything for everybody. But at the point where I feel bad in the inside about helping others, and I don't really want to help because I'm not really meeting my needs. You know?
I think be more available
Like
to
imagine,
those I love.
I said I'm gonna help someone, but I stayed up all night the night before. And so when I go help them, I don't feel good because I'm so tired. And I should have went to sleep, but I didn't honor myself. And I could have just told them I can't help, or I could have went to bed. It depends on how I play it. But either way, it's about my full capacity to be able to help others. Before, I don't know.
And I think that it's case by case, right?
Me too. Like I don't feel like sleeping is like an issue that I'll be like, oh, I can't help you. But like, depends on how I feel. If I go tired, why would I set myself up to be half production?
Well, that would be a case where you don't do. Now you're putting yourself in a circumstance you're not being kind to yourself.
Right.
So in that case, self-preservation before all. So, like the other day I saw Dre blow drying his hair and I came and said, hey, do you need help?
Mm-hmm.
That was me being more available to him. You know, did I want to blow dry hair? No. Did I want to do any of these things? No. But I wanted to be available to him. So it wasn't a desire to blow dry his hair. It was a desire to be available to him. So that was an expression of kindness. So I could show him that I am here for you.
I'm thinking being able to give my last to anybody and understanding like the principle and that nothing really matters, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not really mine if someone else needs it. You understand?
Yeah,
Like, say if I was like walking and like I had my last umbrella or like something like that, and I might need it later. But like this old lady, she's walking and she's an umbrella now. It's hot. I just give her my umbrella.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No skin off your back.
I have no cert. I don't want to have a sort of object permanence to things. Like, I just want like things to like be able to come and go.
Would you give her the umbrella if it was raining?
Yeah, but it's like, how can you come to circumstances like that? And I feel like I need to also come to the headspace that you don't get appreciation for everything you do, you know? You take that umbrella and like assume that she's supposed to get the umbrella because she's an old lady. Just get moving.
Well, I would give her the umbrella if I saw that she was being affected by the rain and I wasn't, and I was just using an umbrella because it's convenient to have. I like having an umbrella, so I'm using it, but I don't really mind getting wet. Meanwhile, this woman over here is losing her shit because she's getting wet. Here, you can have the umbrella. No skin off of my back. I don't mind getting wet.
But I also want to get to the headspace of, it doesn't matter how I feel, just give it away. It doesn't matter if I feel I'm using the umbrella for leisure. I'll just give it away anyways.
So then you are putting others' needs above yours because your needs don't matter. But not in an I don't matter kind of way.
I just feel like in a more physical translation. Because it wouldn't be like my attention, it'll be more of like what I can give. Like, if I have a plate of rice and my siblings are hungry, I would split the plate of rice instead of just giving them all my rice or something, you know?
So I think that would then go down to the percentage of time that something manifests. A healthy division of sometimes you will eat your rice because you're hungry. Y'all motherfuckers, y'all have food, you chose not to eat it, you're not going to eat mine just because mine looks better than yours.
Right.
And then there's other times where it's just like, well, I'm hungry too, but I know they're hungry, so I'll split with them. Or I know you don't want what you're eating, but what you want some of mine, so I'll share with you. You know, and then there's other times where it's just like, you know, I really don't even want this, you guys can have it. Or there's times where it's just like, you see whatever they're experiencing, they're more impacted than whatever you're experiencing. So you just give, you know, so you either give because it's no skin off your back, or you give because you see that someone is in a greater need. So regardless of your need, show up for others. But how do you put that in words?
I'm just willing to give my life to any and all. I don't know. What do you think I should put it in words?
No, that's good. You look at that and you know what it means.
Maybe.
I just think there should be not 100% of the time. The goal is the goal. Like, are you aiming for sainthood? You know, is a saint.
I want my life to be as karma free as possible, you know? Like, I'd rather I reap what I sow for one major event than a whole lifetime of me just messing up all day long.
Well, I mean, like, it's those stories where it's just like, I gave the person this, and people on the outside are just like, oh, I wouldn't have did that. And then, well, while I kept walking, something greater came along my path. You know, and then keep on walking, give it to somebody else. And, oh, I wouldn't have did that. Then you keep on walking, and something greater comes along your path. So as you continue to release energetically, you attract energetically. You know, so I can see if that's an experiment. That's an experiment for you to be as giving of self to others, no matter the circumstances, and see what comes back to you. Because is there a difference between circumstantial giving and kindness and just giving and kindness, period? Is there a difference?
As in your car gets started in front of someone's driveway and they just made it home, so now we have to help you because you're vulnerable. Is that
Circumstantial?
Yeah.
We'll speak from the example that was given. Circumstantial is I'm not really that hungry, so I'll share my rice with you.
Right.
If the circumstances were different, i.e., I'm hungry and y'all got food, you just don't want to eat it, I'm not sharing. No, they expressed a desire. Regardless of what circumstances are, you fulfill that desire. Versus taking circumstances into consideration and you move based off of circumstances.
So I wonder, like, the more that you release, the more you receive.
It's an experiment.
Cause like, I don't know.
It's a risky game to play.
I low-key would go for it though. It's not that hard. It's hot out here though.
Just
It's hot to be.
Well, think about, so when I did a year yes, I did it pervasively, which means I said yes to everything. Plus, I let people know that I was doing it, so those people took advantage of it. When you make a decision to live a certain way based off the people you're around, keep those decisions to yourself.
Right, that's what I really want to work on as well, is like privacy of self. Because like there's some things that like I shouldn't even have to tell you.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me everything.
I know, but I'm at the point where I feel like I can tell you everything because I have something to tell. But
Well, you're telling relevance.
I mean, yeah, but like I shouldn't even be telling you anything. Like there should be something that I just like I hold dear to my heart, no matter who I'm speaking to. It doesn't matter if it comes up in conversation or not. I should be able to just like not even act like I'd have a whole form of this information behind what we're talking about.
And I not feel a way about you withholding information from me,
Exactly.
which I wouldn't, but
Yeah, but
I just
think
made the
about it.
parallel. Yeah, because friends feel that way.
I just thought about that because Jalen got mad at me about that, and it's just like, bro, why do you care?
Yeah.
Like, you don't really care.
You don't. You just want to know everything. Because, okay, so what is that root back? Why does a person want to know everything about someone? Not because they want to know or need to know.
No, it's definitely something about childhood.
It's a form of control.
I don't think it is, because what do they do when they have this information?
Nothing. They just have it.
Exactly.
It's not about. I need a piece of paper. It's not about. I can't waste the card. You need them.
Right. I messed up this one now.
Okay.
It's ugly.
Well, so it's not about controlling a person. Control.
The narrative? Wait, I don't know.
Want to know everything. Want to know everything. Why would someone want to know everything about you?
Why would you want to know something about everyone? Or
I don't. Or it would be an easy question to answer. But in my youth, okay, boom. So there it goes.
Okay, you like a
Now
boy.
we've gone back into childhood. In my youth, I would feel a kind of way if I found out stuff about my friends and they didn't share it with me. Because I feel, as a friend, you should be transparent with me. So it's a form of deception.
That's what Jalen tried to say too. I was like, bro, I'm not okay. I was like, okay, well, what's your definition of hiding? Because I'm not hiding anything. I just don't want to tell you. And then.
But why do I feel like I need to know everything?
Think about this. I wish you could easily ask people this, but they get like really upset when you ask them about their actions. Like, why did you say this? What did you mean by that? And then it's like, you should know.
Because knowing is like a form of like.
Yeah, it's like acceptance. It's like, basically, you accept this behavior as well. Or you
Knowing is
understand
like
where
a
I'm
form
coming
of
from.
like or love. The more I like you or the more I love you, the more I trust you. This is the connection in the brain. This isn't the truth. But the more I trust you, and the way that trust is demonstrated is in your vulnerability and your willingness to share with me.
Right.
And so if you're withholding something from me, now it makes me feel like you don't like me, like I feel you need to like me. It all goes back to control.
You think it's actually control? I feel like it's not. I feel like it's just a simple gateway.
I literally explained everything down, but it all roots back to control. I need to control you because I want to control how you express to me. I want to control what you do and don't say to me because I have
But how are the reinforcements of these situations not going their way? Like, how do they counteract?
But because I've made the error. Write your question down.
No, you're fine.
I made the error of making now we go back to childhood. I made the error somewhere in my head of the connection that your willingness to be transparent with me equals like, love, trust, acceptance, all the I want to be.
Give me an example, like a real life, like human example.
I'm creating the definition.
Very good, sorry.
And so
I just write example.
So I had a friend who didn't tell me everything. Or I had a friend who would go into a recluse mode where they would stop talking to everybody because for whatever reason, but they never told me that that's what they were doing. And so I would call them, and the way that I used to be when I was younger, which is also control. If I couldn't get in contact with you, I would start worrying about you, like, oh my gosh, are you dead in a ditch somewhere? Like, why is everybody just dead in a ditch just because they don't answer your phone call?
But like, I just leave people alone these days. It's like, well, if you're dead in a ditch, you're dead in a ditch.
You're dead. What must be calling you 10 more times gonna do? You're dead in a ditch. You know, but
right? Like, what can I do to save you if you're not answering me? Huh?
Yeah. So this person would not answer my phone calls, and so I would choose to take myself through this emotional. Oh my gosh, what if I was worried about you? How am I responsible for your worry? That was your choice. But this person, I'm sure, would let their child know that they're not talking to anyone, or actually probably talk to their child while they're not talking to anyone.
You're talking about Jay?
No. This person probably let the guy that they had a crush on, if he texted them during their seclusion time, I bet that this person would break their seclusion time for him. So now in my mind, I'm weighing how you would treat others based on how you're treating me.
Mm-hmm.
But what you tell me is I'm in my seclusion space and I'm not talking to anyone. So that's why I ignored your phone calls. That's why I didn't tell you what I was doing, because I decided I'm not talking and I just stopped talking. But that's not true, because if your mom called, you would talk to your mom. If all these other people called, you would talk to them. So how low on the totem pole of friendship am I? Am I truly mad at you, or am I mad at myself because I am literally telling myself how many people you put above me?
So
But I'm still here.
But whose problem is it?
It's mine.
So
All mine.
You shouldn't be their friend, or you should just learn how to be their friend?
Either accept their treatment or walk away.
Because you can accept people's treatment. You don't have to always leave people, right?
But you don't. Exactly. So there's a difference between dealing with treatment and accepting treatment. If I'm dealing with treatment, I'm resentful, but I'm still here. I remained this person's friend through all the bad treatment. And I was dealing with their treatment, and I justified it because it's like, I have no other friends. And so accepting the treatment is, okay, I understand that this person treats me this way, and I actually don't have a problem with it. It's just like, I don't have a problem walking in the rain. You may have a problem walking in the rain. I don't. So here's my umbrella. You may have a problem with your friend just going silent on you, but I don't. So for me, it's not an issue. Oh my gosh, if somebody did that to me, oh, I don't feel that way.
That's how I feel about on the internet, because there's a lot of times where people, they'll be like, you're funny. What is this notification? It's not leaving.
Updated collective today. Oh, our team meeting.
Oh, are you ready?
But it finally gave me notices for my meetings now. Yay.
Yay. Do you have to go?
No, we're not doing it.
Oh.
We left long ass voicemails.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't listen though.
Oh, you're not missing on nothing.
I know, I talk to you every day.
Did you get the examples?
Yeah, you said the friend.
Yeah, so there's a difference between, again, accepting and dealing. And so in any circumstances, you have to identify, am I accepting this? This is the 20% that I believe we can edge out to 1%. Some shit I gotta accept. You know, somebody's gotta accept my gap. It's not going nowhere.
How many hours a week do you spend with Dre?
Can I refine your question?
Can you answer it and then refine it, or no?
No, because the question is, I'll answer both, but the question isn't how many hours do I spend with Dre. The question is how many active hours do I spend with Dre. So Dre gets home. This is a good question.
Yeah.
Dre gets home.
That's what they're trying to say. Like, how long have you known this guy? You've only been on 4 dates with him in a month. And you've only known him for 8 hours. And it's like, you don't know these people's entire personalities.
If you study people, you can learn them in one conversation.
Like we talked about with those girls out there, how you can see their personalities just by looking at them.
Exactly. I can look at you and see if you're somebody I can fuck with. I don't know, but brands of people look alike. And we could say about the people from the park.
It's like when we would see people walking down the road and be like, they look like they would walk like that.
Yeah. Did you do with the backpack?
That's what I was laughing. I was thinking about him.
Yes. He looked. He like fucking.
Prime example.
Yes. But you know, I shouldn't be drinking on camera. But
gin and juice.
There are people who you look at and categorize. You can categorize people. I don't think there's a problem with categorizing people. It's the fact that you want to be so right about your categorization that you won't allow a person to actually
because you also
go to where they belong.
Their former identity could also be shown through.
Yeah, there's plenty of times where I'm talking and, you know, Trey 5'7" Gangsta Crip come out, you know, Park Hill come out. And it's just like, but also I've been everywhere. Like, I was raised by everybody, so depending on who I'm talking to, a certain side of me comes out.
Yeah, I was hearing that on this TV show. Like, these girls will sometimes have an accent, and then they won't.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's either they're faking or they fall in and out of it.
That
Mm-hmm.
Crown, she did that. Like, another African came in, and all of a sudden, I was like
code switch.
Yeah, but it was crazy because whatever they were saying in their native language, they were saying the same. Like, I don't know. I watch K-dramas and the motherfuckers sound like they're not. It just sounds like a bunch of tonalities to me. And so I swear she was saying the same stuff over and over again. Now we know that she was a complete charlatan. She was like a chameleon. Like, whatever that sign is, that maybe a Gemini that assumes roles. She's one of those. And it's like,
it might be Geminis, because I heard that it had like multiple personalities or something.
Yeah, and she said that whatever sign she is, she said, we're not liars. We're just excellent storytellers.
Do you remember her sign? I thought it was a Libra.
No, I think it's a Gemini. It's whatever sign is known for lying. And I think I deleted it, but I think I had it on video where she said, no, we're not liars, we're storytellers.
I wish we had her birthday.
I'm sure I can.
Probably can on Facebook.
I think she deleted everything. Anyway, doesn't matter. She was a storyteller. Like, her entire identity presented to me and to others. And she would tell people who knew each other different lies. Assuming that we would never sit down and actually compare notes.
Did you?
After the fact, yes. In the midst, and mind you, this was 3 weeks.
All she needs is 3 weeks.
All a person needs is a second. I can see you and read you.
Right. And it all loops into one conversation.
Yeah, but different people in my circle, after I got out of that situation, are like, yeah, I knew that was what that was. And the whole time I was like, every single one of them, I was like, if you knew it was what it was, how come you wouldn't? You and Dre were the only two who actively were like, yeah, this ain't it.
I don't even remember being like that for real.
No, you were just like, I don't care. I don't care, Mom.
At least you're getting money.
But you didn't give me any energy for it. Usually it's like, I'm for it or I'm against it. But you were indifferent. You know, and it's funny, I was rarely over. I still think that Kaden was like a spirit.
Yeah.
In that, like, multiplied. And yeah, amplified. And they really couldn't get to me. Like, right now in this space, I still believe the story. As wild as it was. She was trying to take my soul.
Oh, that.
Because.
Yeah, that's why I feel like when you say people could be like attack you spiritually, that's why I feel like it's too common. Like, you can live through the experience, but it doesn't mean that your soul is gonna be taken. You know.
The thing is,
you think she took your soul?
No one can take my soul. You can kill me. And that's what she would have done. She would have physically killed me. She would have never been able to take this soul. I don't know if you can take other people's soul.
Do you think there's victory in killing somebody and taking their soul and then going to prison? Or you have to take somebody's soul and not get caught?
Are you saying physical world prison? So do you think someone who kills someone is seeking someone's soul?
Trying, yeah.
And they don't know they're doing it?
They could be descendants of the Lord or avengers of the devil.
So how are we looking at this, though? Clearly this turned into something it's not supposed to.